So there's a little problem. The president of Nigeria is missing in action. So on 28th of December 2025, the president of Nigeria departed from Nigeria to France. According to them, they say he traveled to Europe. Now, that was a few days after the airstrike that happened in Sokoto, carried out by American government. So since that time, the president traveled out of Nigeria, and the president did not cross the new year with Nigerians in Nigeria. So he did outside Nigerian cross. So on the 1st of January 2026, the president released a written note for Nigerians, congratulating Nigerians of a new dawn. You can see it on the screen. So the president did not do a video to talk to Nigerians. There's no been video. So recently again, just less than 24 hours ago, the president again released a picture of him and a Rwanda president. Upon further investigation, it was now discovered that the picture released was AI generated, having a watermark of Grok on it. So the question now is that we hope our president is all right, because the president traveled since 28. Since that time, nothing has been heard from him, no picture, no video. And the most important day, in the life of every president in the world, that they do broadcast and congratulate the citizen, oh, welcome to a new year, or welcome to 2026. This is what we're going to do this year. The president right now, meaning that another person could have written it on behalf of the president. And now, the presidency, or President Tinubu himself, he released a picture. The picture is now AI-generated picture. So, my dear citizens of particular concerned country, I hope our president is all right. I'm not saying more than this, so I'm just concerned that hope say our Baba Tinubu is all right. Or should we be concerned? Anyway, tell me what you think in the comment section.
Welcome everybody. This is with regards to the tax bill. This is Rufai Oseni. He shared the discrepancy found in both. Okay, for those that think I have anything against the tax bill, I don't. God says I don't. I'm just fighting for the integrity of the bill because of the discrepancies. You see, the truth will always come out, and I don't talk without facts. Today, when I called it forged bill, I have studied versions very carefully. This is NAS Certified True Copy, CTC, for the tax admin component, section 29, and the FG gazetted copy. There's no audio, but he was just showing you, like, he'll just point you to the portions that he's referring to here, but we're going to come to that. I think I still have another. Look at it. That's the gazetted one. Official Gazette. Look at it. The individual and body corporate. All right. That's the focus on that one. It says here, let me see, for the purpose of tax, I think this is section 29, subsection 1. For the purposes of tax and without prejudice to section 142 of this act, every bank, insurance company, stockbroking firm, or any other financial institution shall prepare, with or without demand by the service, annual return specifying the names, customer location, and transaction of new and existing customers in the case of an individual, right? An individual where the cumulative transaction in a month amount to 50 million or more, or a body corporate where the cumulative transaction in a month amount to 250. In another one, is saying 100. So people are not sure which one are we going with now with regards to this tax bill. Okay, so that's the argument on that one. Now they say they are not taxing poor, right? Somebody posted a receipt. They went to buy Semo 2, 400 for one, 800. Vegetable soup 1,000. 2 soup 1,000 for one, that's 2,000. Eva water 550 naira. Subtotal 3,350. Tax 251 naira. Okay, that's that.
Yeah.
You guys know the fight between Fubara and Wike, right? So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fire for fire. Good afternoon, my fellow people, especially the River State. Look, Fubara is going back for second time. As it is done, he's a leader of the party, and party will give him ticket. If you win like you can jump, fall down. If you win you get my really you enter aircraft, go US now. There's a case once who already carry and he call you, Grigo. You say they buy, you buy a small portion land and you can build. Okay, you buy a small portion land, go on the throne, want to see you. Maybe you will meet Venezuela president there, then you discuss. Just go there, claim your land. You are here collecting land and you cannot even pay contract. All contractors, you break them down. Say you're a leader. Leader to who? You are no leader for anybody. And nothing like say agreement is agreement. Fubara is going back 2027 as a governor, second time of River State. You go second time, who will disturb you? Harry Marshall, who bring you to this interview, this a chief of staff, when you do for Amechi, you do respect the Amechi. All the repeater, all the who make you. Do you respect him? My friend, come on. Mochono there. Okay. Fubara is coming back for the second time. That's all. As a governor of River State. Wike is leaving the ministry back to
man can come to your house to arrest you without a court order. Are you not scared? Are you not worried? They can come without a court order. That means that this taxman is going to have much more power than almost the IG of police. He can come to anybody he suspects of infraction and says, okay, you're arrested. Come and explain yourself. That means that even the new tax law can also serve for a weapon of politics and politics.
That's the fair right. Why are you opposed to the new tax law?
Steve, I think that the tragedy of our nation is the fact that most times we do not research information. Oftentimes, the tragedy of our state is the fact that our people throw information in the air and refuse to crystallize, refuse to research, refuse to interrogate them. And what we see in the media and in the public space are critique without substance. Now, let's do the right thing. And people have called me and said, fallacies, forgery and fakery. And I asked them, how much do you know of this forgery, the fallacies and this fakery? And almost unfortunately, Steve, even in the media, people do not seem to understand the enormity of the challenge that we have on our hands. We have a new tax law, the 2025 Tax Appropriation Act. Yeah. And then you ask yourself, what are these challenges? What is the forgery? Steve, I'm going to use strong words, but politely. Now, you have 8 major alterations. Most Nigerians do not know. 8 major alterations. That goes to the life, the intent, the content, and the substance of that act. One talks about the thresholds. The National Assembly raised the thresholds and said, okay, for instance, people who earn so and so should be taxed. People who earn so and so should not be taxed. Those who went, like your intro, who went behind the scene to doctor, forge, fake, and alter that law, reduced the thresholds as substantial forgery. You talk about, Nigerians should listen, this is very important. You talk about issues as to who is exempted, who is not. And then the oil sector, which is the major, they're the ones who profiteer from the Nigerian estate. The alteration removes some of the petroleum sector and their taxes. And then you look at another fundamental issue which is very important as we talk today, because I think it should be more about our nation than about politics. I'm not here to talk politics basically. I'm here to appeal to the conscience of our citizenry, appeal to the conscience of our president, appeal to the conscience of the minders of our presidency, and appeal to the conscience of our clergy. And I'll tell you why. Steve, They also went into that act, one of the 8 alterations, and said, the taxman can come to your house to arrest you without a court order. Are you not scared? Are you not worried? They can come without a court order. That means that this taxman is going to have much more power than almost the IG of police. He can come to anybody he suspects of infraction and says, okay, you're arrested. Come and explain yourself. That means that even the new tax law can also serve for a weapon of politics and politics.
That's the fear, right? Is that the fear?
Oh, it's major. It means that, and this is to, that's why I'm concerned, and that's why I talked about the clergy. If you're a clergy, a GO, a general overseer, whatever you are, and you're not concerned and you're not speaking out, you're rogue. If you're a political operator and you're more concerned about 2027 than about what obtains now, you're rogue. If you're the minder of the president and you're involved in the presidency and you're not concerned about this forgery, you're rogue. If you're in the National Assembly and you're not speaking up and speaking out, you're rogue. If you're a governor and you're not speaking up and speaking out, you're rogue. And I tell you why. Steve, this new tax law and the alterations that the National Assembly is quiet about and they're not saying to Mr. President, you cannot enforce, allows for authoritarianism, despotism.
Quiet about it,
no, because if they are not quiet about it, Steve, if they are not quiet about it,
when they are done.
Steve, let's be frank. If they are not quiet about it, they would say to Mr. President, suspend until we harmonize. Steve, the truth is that they're playing politics with everything. And this is fundamentally important. How does this affect the masses of our people and our politics? We live in a country where we're no longer talking about fake prophets, forged priests. We're not talking about fake and forged documents. We're talking about the law. The law. If a law that should govern our economy and our finances is forged, and we think it's all right to go ahead with it, then we're in trouble as a people. We're not only in trouble as a people, then we have some question with our conscience, emotions, and ideals as a people. And Steve, in the good year, a New Year goodwill messages across the clergy, across every sector, I saw governors speaking to the New Year that they want to be profound, profuse, and awesome. I heard clergy talking about a New Year that they want to be great and awesome. And I asked myself, on what are you predicating it? On a New Year that the federal government has told you, we have a new tax law, and the threshold is lower than the National Assembly allowed. That means that tomorrow the taxman could call my dear sister and say, oh, you've got to pay this, and if you don't pay this, you're arrested tomorrow. That means that the taxman can call you, Steve, and say, oh, we had, this is how much you're paid, and you fall into this delineation. They can do that without regards to anybody. And then one of the worrisome part of it, for me, Steve, is the fact that one of the alterations says that they don't need to go back quarterly to the National Assembly. That means that we have despotism, authoritarianism, dictatorship, and impunity on our space. Steve, it's worrisome. It should bother you. It should bother the governors. It should bother the clergy. It should bother the National Assembly. We're in trouble.
Will the alterations stand? Do you think they will stand? The
law is in place already.
No, but it will be regazetted, won't it?
How do you regazette without reviewing?
Is that not the basis? If you know
Steve, can we communicate here? Do you have to regazette before reviewing?
But it's the basis to go to the court, isn't it? To say that the law that you're implementing for which you want to arrest...
We went to court in 2023, what came out of it? Go to court is now the practice for just waste some time. And I think that what is important in 2026 is for the masses of our people to rise up to interrogate fundamental issues. Eternal vigilance is the price for freedom and liberty. I'm not here to disparage anyone. I'm here to say to our countrymen, to those who are the APC, the ADC, and across political tendencies, to understand that statesmen think about the citizenry, statesmen think about the nation, politicians think about the next election, and the time to begin to think about our nation is now. To President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his minders, the time to think about Nigeria and the nation is now. I am not concerned. Steve, I didn't come here to talk about 2027, and I beg you, oblige me that position. Absolutely. Some people will say to me, Professor, you were part of the Labour Party, you were part of Peter Ob's campaign in 2023, he's now in ADC, what do you think? That's not what I'm concerned about now. I'm concerned about my people, the masses of our country. Steve, I'm concerned about the thousands of Nigerians who do not understand what I went through the whole of last year, and who think that I have enough money to send monies to accounts for Christmas and New Year, who think that you have enough 10,000, 20,000 to give when the economy is in doldrums, who think that you must somehow have monies to dish. I think that we're all caught in the same situation as a people, and we must rise to the truth and the urgency of now and challenge leadership to responsible and responsive action, challenge leadership to do less of mendacious and perfidious statistics, challenge leadership to do more of realistic appraisal of the nation and what affects our people. And let me tickle your mind a bit, Steve. Over the past years, Nigerians stayed long hours on the roads, traveling to their villages. This last Yuletide, Nigerians spent nights on the roads. And then this government tells you that the roads are better. Use your tongue to count your teeth. So I think that the challenge of the present hour and the present day is to call government to be truthful and forthright to the people.
No, you have spoken very well. And I like the fact that you alluded to the fact that we've gotten a lot of messages from clergy, from governors. We've heard different things like 2026 is the year of shared unity, shared prosperity, the year of destiny. But I want to ask you, do you see 2026 as the year of consolidation or correction for the Tinubu administration? And what benchmarks should Nigerians use to measure success? I'm talking about all the structural reforms that have been initiated. What benchmarks should we use to measure the success?
God bless you, my dear sister. Let me tell you why I'm getting a bit very emotional this morning. If anybody's saying that 2026 is going to be a year of consolidation, I ask God to forgive the person. It's going to be a year of corrections. Nothing but corrections. This government must start with correcting the first anomaly, the forged tax law. And then the government must wake up to the urgency of now. This government must understand that 1,000 spokespersons, 1,000 gaslighting, 1,000 perfidy and mendacity will not change the reality. Steve, I know what you went through. I'm not speaking like a clairvoyant. You may not say it here, but your December people troubled you. Not because you're a billionaire, but because they see you on national TV. My dear sister, they were on you. The reality is that across our nation, the poverty mark has deepened. So those who tell you that the economy is bouncing back are not being true to themselves. And we live in a country where, strangely, Steve, people swear with sacred things in the name of speaking and defending government. Those who are standing on a mandate have refused to be true to that mandate. They have refused to speak truth to power. Have we had a country this bad? No, we haven't. Can we have it better? Yes, we can. So should our president and the minders of our presidency be fair and true? Yes, they can. Will they? I pray they will. You know why I'm saying this, Steve? Because I think that if there's anyone who can truly, truly make Nigeria work, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has that tendency. Can he make Nigeria work? I pray he does. Will he? I pray he has the moral and ethical verve and nerve to do so.
You don't think in 2.5 years plus he's been trying to make Nigeria work?
Steve, I'd rather tell Mr. President and the miners of the presidency that they haven't shown that tendency. At all. They have done more talk than walk.
Does he have the political will? He bought the presidency from Fulani people for like 5 people. Now he buy the presidency. Which I want to act against them. Mona see wetin Governor Alex Oti they do. Wetin una own governors they do. Make una see wetin better governor they do for him people. Free public electric buses have begun operation. Guess what? I read, I hope I have that message as well. For older people, this man organized free transportation for them from Lagos. I think it's still in operation, straight to Abia with security, food, Wi-Fi, everything. Hey, una gonna vote dustbin as governors. Make una hear.
Direct to about free bus. I swear. Alex is the doer. I swear. The only governor that can do it is Alex Oti. I swear. Direct from Umaya to Abanobi. I swear. Free. In this center table, you know one here. Nde connecting. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, this bus is safe and secure.
Thank you. Exactly, sir.
And I want to let you know that this is your boss.
Okay.
His Excellency, the Governor of Abia State said, this bus is for you. But there are guidelines to enter this bus. We have to comport ourselves. No fighting, no sale of anything in this bus. And again, we are mindful of the environment. So if you want to buy anything at a designated bus stop, we don't accept alcohol here. You don't smoke here.
Thank you.
And any edible thing that you take, please, there's a dustbin here. Don't throw anything outside of the window. Don't open the window. You touch, you don't even need to touch, you just tap it a little bit, it will open.
Oh.
Then you drop your trash. Now, it's important for you to know that this bus is being monitored. If you look around, you see the CCTV cameras here. 4 cameras are in this bus. So the authorities are watching. Anything you do here, they are watching and they have it on their phones. His Excellency, if he decides to on it now, he will on it and know where this bus is and who are the persons that entered this bus. So it is better we comport ourselves. We have gone to Aba, we are still going.
Oh! Una see governor. Una see governor. Abeg, where the rest of the people? Make una come tell us what una governor they do. Come forward, come tell us, come share what your governor is doing. Come and tell us, oh, come and show workings of your governor. This man is the singular eye that we are using to see the entire Nigeria filled with over 200 million. They say we don't enter 400. That 200 is stale. 400 million people. One eye. That when we take the Senate, you see what this man they do. He even organized free buses. I think I saved that as we walk down the videos. I probably will come upon it. This woman, the mother was sharing this great information with her son and saying, Governor Oti provided buses for older people, free from Lagos to their village with security, Wi-Fi, food and drinks. If you are still supporting the APC, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know. Your APC has, he's now become forger in chief. Forger. Only forge photo with Kagame. They don't even forge out. They didn't even edit it well enough to even remove Grok. Your president shared it on his handle. Whoever is handling his other na they handle amo. Whether na person they handle amo dance. Nice surround Tinubu, including himself. No respect at all. It's all downhill from here. Where is your president? Every other country come out, they talk, say, oh, this new year, your president now right, he writes. Whether I feel right, we don't know. Whether the people write am for her, we don't know. Hey, well, Dr. CM, welcome. Oh. I'm telling you. Show me what your governor is doing. Show us. Moving along. Let me read this from Bolaji Abdullahi. He says here, he's the National Publicity Secretary of ADC. The ADC considers Saturday's action by the U.S. to arrest President of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, a clear warning that sends a strong message to the Nigerian government and other governments that lack legitimacy. More than 48 hours after developments in Venezuela, the Nigerian government is yet to react in any way. They're not born them. We made a triumph. Please let them say something. Please. Nigerian government reacts. I love to hear your reaction. I long to read from you, Nigerian government. I long. I want to see something. Make una respond. The silence by the APC-led Bola Tinubu administration is a further indication that Nigeria, under T-Pain, has lost both its voice and standing on the knee. Not be only voice and standing they lose. They are a national, international disgrace. Do you know what that means? No country rates Nigeria. You people are inside gutter better. Below the sea level, when people they call, some people go come out, some people know they come out. Now on a day. Let's move on. There's no need. I don't want to. If you want to go and read it, please go inside there and go and read it. It's from Bolaji Abdullahi. This man outside they speak. He said, nobody will tell us not to vote for Peter Obi. That decision is ours to make. The leaders you've been telling us to support, this one is from the north, and vote for have brought nothing but suffering, from subsidy removal to new tax laws. Prominent Muslim northern leader. I don't know who he is, but they say he's prominent. Okay, I think it's this message. This is Buchi Laba. He says, shout out to Abia State government under the steady leadership of Governor Oti. My mom just came back from the village and she told me that her going and coming back was organized. See governor when they walk, they show. Was organized by the Abia State government. They had buses in Lagos. You dey hear? Open your ear where so you will hear. They had buses in Lagos taking people to Abia State all through December 2025 and still running. Still running in January 2026. Maris, welcome. Abemo Naomi, they double tap as soon as they enter, or double tap your screen device, or click on the 3 dots on the corner to like the show, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much as you do. To those that have liked, thank you very much. They provided free transport, free food and drinks, security. She told me everything was free and the customer service from the workers representing Abia State government, both in Lagos and Abia State, were all welcoming, good and professionals. Like they made sure people got to their different destinations, and she said the buses were new and very comfortable. They took their phone numbers and will always call. Hell! Let us sink in. Abia, please, are you people come and adopt me now, please? I beg. You people should come and adopt me. I don't mind. I will, please give me Abia name, please. We continue to check up and give up updates. If the government plan on doing anything special, Governor Oti is proving that the easiest thing any governor could do is lead. It's not that complicated in putting your people first. I will forever respect and appreciate him. Let that sink in. Moving along. Fubara de re now. Make una listen. Fubara de tear into judges.
God, some of you say you're legal luminary. You know the truth. You will go on air just to pacify your paymasters, to turn the law upside down. We all know the law when it comes to issues that has to do with the administration of governance in states. It is the state high court. It doesn't matter whether you go and join INEC police. It is a straightforward. I'm not a lawyer, but I know that one. And you stand and you say you're doing the right thing, God will judge you.
See the mumu.
Let me say it here.
One of the mumu judges, they read book.
Judges,
we are seeing. Your position is to stand and defend us. Your position is to look at whoever and tell the person the truth. Because if you don't do it here, you have a big question to answer. The preacher said it. Every evil done in the course of administering justice, you will pay for it behind. Look at one week today, the up and downs in this state. When everybody knows that whatever we're getting from that end, I don't want to call their name, everybody knows. But I'm not bothered about it. Like the word said here, it will come to an end.
Bam!
Surely.
Fubara has found his voice, so oh my God, where Wike? Oh, Wike, the end of Wike is lovely to watch. What can I listen?
Supporting anybody. See, so just give Obi the ticket. I'm not supporting anybody. See, if I am ADC, just give the ticket to Peter Obi, because this is the only person that came into your party with more than 30 serving politicians. When I mean serving politicians, people that are in power. Nobody even come closer to him. There is nobody right now in ADC that came into that party and came with some politicians that is serving. It's only Peter Obi. Peter Obi came in with about 22 members of National Assembly and about 8 members of senators in Nigeria that are serving. But the rest, they didn't come with nobody. They didn't come with nobody. That's why I'm saying that ADC, if you want to do the right thing, let him have the ticket. You understand? Because Atiku, that is the big boy in ADC, he didn't come in with anybody. Nobody from PDP that followed Atiku to ADC. Even Nasu El-Rufai, none of them carried anybody to ADC. But Obi joined ADC and he came with people. He came with people that are serving, people that have stake, you understand, in Nigeria. Because when you're serving as a senator or as a member of House of Assembly, you have stake in Nigeria, because you guys are the one that is making the law. But when you say S is different. I'm not talking about the 4 governors that came within the S4 governors. I'm talking about the serving senators and the serving House of Reps that Obi, came with. So if I am ADC, just give the guy the ticket. Don't try to trick the guy. Don't try to play with the guy, because the guy came with people. He came with heavyweight. He came with people that have stake, people that have mouth, people that can command, crowd. That is what the guy came with. Because you other guys, you didn't come with nobody. So if I'm ADC, the ticket will go to Peter Obi. I'm not supporting anybody. Get me clear. I'm not standing for anybody. But I'm just telling you that if you want to make things right, you give it to someone that has the people, someone that came with the people, not you going through the back and begin to bribe people. Because when you bribe people, yes, they will give you because you give them money. But someone was coming to your party and the person came with a lot of people. So let him have the ticket so that the election will be between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Peter Obi. That's what we want. It's the turn of the southern Nigeria. It's our turn. It's our turn. So let it be the same thing that happened in 2019 when you had Buhari and Atiku, that were from the northern part of Nigeria.
The guy has said it all. Anybody that wants to argue in the comment section as much as you want. Moving along. Northern Muslims are hell-bent on continuing with Sharia law and the persecution of non-Muslims. They have threatened that if Trump intervenes, Nigeria will be like Palestine, and this aligns with what Gumi has been saying. Let me see whether in English they talk. For the inside the video, they say, we know that America is sponsoring terrorism in Palestine and the genocide of Muslims. We are also ready to pay the same price that Palestinians are paying if America decides to come to Nigeria and dismantle Sharia law. We could see.
Islamophobia. 3. No. Therefore, on behalf of all the 40 Islamic organizations that form the Zamfara State Muslims League,
40 Islamic organizations.
One, we in Zamfara State are more than 99% Muslims. We were the first to implement the Sharia system in 1999. We want all and sundry to know that we are comfortable with the system and we will never allow it to be tampered with. 2, the request of Dr. Obadere is not based on any expertise, but on biasness and Islamophobia. 3, the U.S. has no business meddling in the international affairs of our country or act as a custodian of a certain religion. or start a new crusade against Islam, with Nigeria as its first victim. 4, we emphatically affirm that Muslims in Nigeria will not stand by and look while a foreign power dismantles the Sharia system just to make some anti-Islamic Christians happy. We know that America has been sponsoring Zionist terrorism in Palestine and the genocide of Muslims. We are also ready to pay the price the Palestinians are paying if America should decide to come to Nigeria to dismantle Sharia. 5, we are calling on President Bola Tinubu to treat carefully. He should remember that he rose to power on the goodwill of Sharia-loving Muslim population of this country. 6, we also call on Muslim representatives in the Senate and the House of Representatives never to allow themselves to be used for the achievement of crooked objectives detrimental to the interests of those they represent. 7, we call on our governors and members of the respective houses of assemblies not to relent or give in on this matter. They must stand firm and ensure our freedoms in a sovereign Nigeria. We are also using this medium to appeal to our northern governors, especially the Sharia compliant states, to intensify efforts in protecting, safeguarding, and promoting the Sharia legal system in their respective states. 8, it is time for our traditional rulers to stand up and talk. The labor of our leaders past shall never be in vain. 9, our ulama and imams must stand up and talk. Imams must convey our message of resistance on all pulpits. Sharia implementation is our religious right, which we are entitled to. We will never accept intervention on how to practice our religion from any quarter. 10, finally, we call on all Muslims in Nigeria to be ready to defend our religion and the Sharia system, whatever it takes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hey, una don hear? Okay, moving along.
Issue 8. People ask me, what do you think should happen peacefully? Let me give you my opinion. In my opinion, Tinubu should quickly return home from France or wherever he's hiding, submit himself to lawful scrutiny in Nigeria, convene a national conference of all ethnic nationalities and religious persuasions. Allow Nigerians decide the future of the federation, not him, not ISIS enablers, not that corrupt Senate, not the corrupt Federal House of Representatives. This is not humiliation. It is statesmanship under pressure. History favors leaders who exit before they are look at the way they're dragging Maduro, throw him into SS Iwo Jima. Is that what you want? You don't want that. Maduro's arrest is not about Venezuela alone. No. So if you think it won't happen in Nigeria, it is a signal, a warning that one, global patience is thinning. Trump is not going to babysit Venezuela or babysit Nigeria. Sovereignty now competes with perception. Leaders who misread the moment pay the price. If Tinubu ignores this, history will not be kind to him.
Ken, welcome home. Honestly, it's a curse to live in the same country. I'm telling you, divide it. Me don't they talk my own. Divide it. Make those people get their share. Me, I'm not even against that. To be honest, I'm not even against them. They have a right to demand for what they want. They, just like every one of us. All of us have a right. We're all human beings. We all have preferences. Let them have their Sharia. I'm okay with that. But we must divide the country in order for them to have their Sharia, because I don't want Sharia. So you can't force it on me, right? You can't. If my neighbors don't want Sharia, you can't force it on them. So in order to have peace, why not divide the country? Let the whether not 2 states or 1 state be the north, because the rest say they not be north, they be middle belt. So I cannot disrespect them. They too have their say. So let them have their Sharia in peace. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not even there against them. Let them have their Sharia. Let them have their Hizbah. Then let's build a wall Concrete wall. If there's anything more than concrete, you want to get electric shocking devices. So that they not figure cross enter, they stroll, like saying that their papa compound they day. You understand? So it's not if I want to, if I can't decide, so oh, if me can't get two head now, cause okay, I want to go over there. Do you understand? Then I have to, whatever laws they have, I have to abide with it. I have to abide with it. I have to go there knowing that, okay, oh, I'm going into Sharia zone. That's if I ever find myself there, right? The same way, if they choose to come to my own end, they have to understand that they don't have Sharia there. You cannot do what you are doing in your Sharia zone here. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not against them having Sharia. Please, by all means, I support those who want Sharia. Why not? Yes, please. You know, agitate for your Sharia and your Hizbah. Go your corner. Go the drum for your papa compound. Don't come and put it on me, man. That's all. They have underdeveloped. Yes. So let them go. It's not by force. Me, I'm not even. May they go. May they practice their Sharia. There's no need for fight. You understand? Go and do your Sharia. Let's divide the country. It's simple. Anybody want to practice Sharia, make you go there. Go practice Sharia. Could you be law? Now, former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Chief Michael Aondoaka, whatever, I don't know if I said that right, Mona no vessel, has urged the U.S. to extend its airstrike to Benue State to flush out terrorists and bandits in the area. See, oh my God. Always stand on the side of truth. Always stand up for justice, regardless of whose ox is God. Always, always, always. You see, most of these elders now, they are looking like fools. I do not apologize when I say that. Nigerian elders have lost their voice and their face. You cannot tell me to respect anyone in any of these people's category. Never. So this man is from Benue State, and things they happen for a state. When you come national TV, they kind of make it define and. That they speak English on top of and. They make the truth be like say not be truth. They make us feel like say something is wrong with us. See Anna. So he's even from Benue State. Moving along. Una remember that victim for Ilorin, the Sheshe woman, the native doctor woman, when they burned her house down? I think I have that video. It's going to be coming up maybe at some point. They've been trying to silence her, right? Muslim people, these Islamic terrorists or bandits or whatever they are called, they are Islamic Shah. They went and burned this woman's house down. The victim of the arson in Ilorin, this is from Benili, is being silenced, intimidated, and pressured. This case can no longer be trusted within Ilorin. We are calling for immediate transfer of this case to another federal jurisdiction. Justice must not only be done, it must be seen to be done. There are clear attempts to deny, downplay, and reframe what happened, despite reports of bullying and intimidation before the arson. This raises serious concerns about interference and bias. This case must not be swept under the carpet. The victim deserves protection and independent investigation and accountability, regardless of religion, influence, or status. Arson is a crime. Intimidation is a crime. Silence is not justice. When we say don't vote APC, the death cult, some people say no, they want to die. Here we are. Here we are. All the native doctors around that Ilorin, Kwara, Kogi, they've been hearing it, they've been giving it to them, woto. You want to impose Sharia, you don't want others to practice their religion. That's what's going on. Let's move forward. Okay. So this man says enough is enough. Shegumi must be apprehended immediately over his links and activities with Boko Haram. This is coming from a so-called, why we say all of them are prominent? I don't understand. Who can be regular? He won't come be regular Islamic scholar. Anyway, prominent Lagos-based Islamic scholar, Sheikh Adam Jr., Nigeria and titles. I never see. Nigerians and titles, 5 and 6. Prominent. This one, billionaire, trillionaire. God forbid. See where the country dey. Mona listen, now Yoruba dey speak.
Báwo la fa kan ṣe lè mọ bí táwọn Boko Haram àwọn bandits wà tí wọ́n máa lọ gba owó fún wọn tí wọ́n gbẹ́rù àfa náà. Ọmọ bí tí Boko Haram wà ìwọ ló mọ bí tán wà ìwọ ló mọ pé wọ́n ní ìdí owó kan fún wọn lówó. Ìwọ àfa wo là fún ọ? À ń retí ìjọba tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ ìfọ̀ àwọn serious pẹ̀lú security. Wọ́n máa fojú wo ẹnìkan. Wọ́n máa ṣe fojú fò, wọ́n máa ṣe ojú ṣáájú bó tilẹ̀ kó mọ́. Wọ́n á pé àfa ni. Níláwà ní ẹ̀kọ́ gùndé gbogbo ẹni kí wọ́n gbọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ máa wọlé báyìí. Èyí tí Islam fẹ́ kọ́ ṣe ní pé àlàádáálá so àdáálá social justice àlàádáálá tó ijtimaiya ó gbọ́dọ̀ wà àlàádáálá tó qanuniyya ó gbọ́dọ̀ wà so nobody above law kọ́nà bá ti pè lófin òfin ni. Ẹni tó máa fi tí wọ́n wà yẹn àfi kó lọ rú gbogbo wọn jáde. Ọmọ ọ̀gá wọn, ọmọ igbákejì wọn, ó ń bá wọn ṣe, ọmọ iye owó tí ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ débi tó ọmọ iye owó tí wọ́n lè nídìí, ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ owó ni wọ́n nídìí. Ọdún ya fọ́tò. Àfi kíjọba gbé. Wàláhì àfi kíjọba gbé. Kí Nàìjíríà yìí tó lè nísinmi, irú àfa abẹ́nu Mùsùlùmí àtàwọn tí wọ́n wà ń kọ̀rọ̀kọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n ti pé ẹ̀ẹ́rí wọ́n kàn kó gbọ̀njọ́ bíi kínní ni.
Oh boy, moving along. This man claimed that he received a call. Chegumi. He said he received a call from top official in Abuja informing him that he's among those marked by the US for elimination through an American airstrike as part of Boko Haram. You see what this guy is doing? This guy is projecting. I can tell you for free, no information like that. This even exposes the security agents in Nigeria. If true, America tell them, are they supposed to leak it? This tell you, what did this man do? So you don't say pointing one hand, 4 others are pointing back. Now just do so. You have exposed your security agents as not trustworthy. For you to have this information and you come out and put it out there speaks a lot to the fact that the security agency in Nigeria is completely infiltrated. They can't be trusted. You see why if America won't do anything and they cannot, now surprise it go be. Now surprise, the same way that they happen to Sokoto, now the same way. This man just come, he won't put them out there. They use style, won't do defense. Say, I already know what your plans are. You know, so now guilty conscience, you know, say what you they do. The messages you're pushing, the rhetoric is dangerous. You know. So you're putting it out there just in case anything happens, they should know. This man is a devil. Ha! Let's move on, no? Okay. See, more than half of Nigerian Muslims are extremists. It's a big problem. This is from Dr. Kennon. See, in this man, do you know he caused the unaliving of 900 Christians? I think in Kaduna, that's what they said. See here, there's an article they cut out here. He says, I only hate Christians who drink beer. When he made this comment, 900 Christians were unalived because of Shegumi. Let's move on.
I never understand why Nigerians are so unpatriotic. How will Nigerians be calling for Donald Trump and America to come and do to Nigeria what happened in Venezuela? Let them come and replicate. That is so unpatriotic of Nigerians. Come on, we should know when to draw the line. As a people, we should know when to say enough is enough. Come on, man. This is no longer politics. Come on, guys. You say what? Or if you don't keep quiet there, shut up your mouth. This was APC's Lawan, House of Rep member in America, listening to him.
And you came just to make sure that they arrest President Jonathan. But why was he not arrested in Nigeria? Why is it that America has to do it?
Because he has immunity. And the American government went to arrest Noriega from Nicaragua. So it's easier for them now he's here. So let them just arrest him here. And you can't even arrest the governor in Nigeria. They have immunity. But in America, he has no immunity. And I pray, they will arrest him.
And you want him jailed here or take him back to Nigeria to be tried?
Well, I would want him to be jailed anywhere. First of all, to be tried. I would want him to be tried. And if he's found not guilty...
Welcome, Michael. Thank you.
But if he's
Greetings,
found guilty,
my brother.
I
Happy New Week.
Spend, the prison time in Kirikiri.
Nigeria.
These are the people that are telling you now, that are telling you, do not let America not come. You see the problem with Nigerians, the hypocrisy of the current party people in the country. These people call for America to arrest a sitting president in Jonathan Goodluck. A president that is clean, has no similarity with the current man, Nicolas Maduro. But the current occupant of Aso Rock has every similarity with the current man.
They be brother and sister, the same thing. Now they be agents, bosses.
He's sitting on an illegal mandate, not the mandate of the people. The same thing, the same crimes that Maduro committed in Venezuela is what the one in Aso Rock committed.
Bam.
But you people are not complaining and telling just to be patriotic. When you guys had the opportunity to be patriotic, you called for the world to come and take a sitting president that Nigerians actually voted for.
Exactly.
Today you're blaming Nigerians, but Nigerians are not patriotic. I will just
patriotic go kill them.
Nigeria is now a country of particular
concern.
How did America call it? Right? We're not the CPC. Now, we have a very major event coming up in 2027, which is the general elections that Nigerians are calling and coming out. And we already know that this government is the most hated government. All they are doing right now is coercing governors to come to one camp because their plan is to rig the next elections. And with my chest, I'm saying it. If this government plan is to rig the next elections as they are planning, if it eventually happens and the will of the people is truncated one more time, what happened to Venezuela times 10 should happen to Nigeria.
Wallahi.
What every patriotic Nigeria should be calling for, because we can no longer continue on a pathway whereby people we did not elect, we cannot hold on to power because they have subjugated and stolen the system from us.
Telling you, it go shock them. AB, welcome. Yeah, Trump is busy with everything, not just Greenland. He has his eyes everywhere. So they'll come carry on a president. Your love's president. They'll come very soon. Oh no, that's not what I want to touch. Harry say Tinubu is the first and only president to use grok to fake a meeting. Oh my goodness. Disgraceful president of a disgraced country. For those that like to deceive themselves, I pity you. Look at the discrepancy between what NAS CTC released and the gazetted copy. For those that support lies, continue. The truth is coming out. Let me see if I can... Can I expand? Yeah. So, if you can see here, as clearly shown here, right? Oh boy, what am I doing? Why is it going to the edge? Come on now. Center. Okay. For section 29, subsection 1A, for an individual, they say cumulative transaction in a month amount 50,000 or more. For body corporate, cumulative transaction in a month 250 million or more. Okay? That's what they say, right? Right. Okay. Now, then the other one. God, I beg you. Yeah. Nigeria. A son of you, Pepe. Gole. He say, an individual, all transactions where cumulative transaction in 1 month amount to 25 million. You see the discrepancy? One say 50. This one say 25. A body corporate, all transaction where cumulative transaction in amount to 100 million. The other one say 250 million. You get it now? You get it? Okay, let's move forward. No time. We'll listen to
the
this.
Terrorist attack. We had to curb the terrorist attack in Kaduna State. It started with Gumi when he came back from Mecca, when he came back from Saudi Arabia. His first tafsir in Kaduna.
Welcome, Bendy.
Was a call to violence, to slaughter. And at that time, it was Obasanjo who was the president of Nigeria. Thank God for the first square general overseer, who is now Wilson Badido. But what they didn't know was that we were still monitoring Kaduna to see whether the arms build-up towards the execution was going to stop. When we saw that it was not going to stop, in fact, this is a good example I'm giving you. I had to call a special strategic session with media. They're about to kill 600 to 900 people in Kaduna. And I said to them, we have sent all the information to the army, to all the places. There's nobody stopping them. Unknown to them, we were monitoring. The Gumi boy went into the SSS office in Kaduna laughing and came out laughing. When I got that report in Lagos, we decided to call this media meeting and said, look, how do we solve this? Now, there's a headline that we have to put up where they did as if they interviewed the head of CAN and had to interview Gumi. Immediately, we took the front pages, the full pages in the newspapers and the new media, and the news blew across the world. The queries came to the president of Nigeria. It was reported to me directly that the Gumi boy entered, then was a swab, he entered the SSS office. This time he didn't come out laughing. He left the country immediately. Now, this is a guy who has been banned by Saudi Arabia. They didn't allow him to enter Saudi Arabia. Let me give you another proof. I was on television when I found out there was no other way of escape. When an Al-Qaeda operative was already appointed as a federal minister in Buhari's government. And I questioned.
Do you mind naming that minister?
What's his name? Something Issa Pantami. How do I know? I supervised an evacuation in 2004.
Okay, now. This is from Hossein Rufai. It says here, the National Secretary of the All Progressive Congress, Ajibola Basiru, has fired back at the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, asking him to resign his ministerial position and focus on what he described as his obsession with Rivers State politics. He gonna be hot. He gonna be 2026. It is fire for fire. Hey. Anyway, moving along. We are moving quickly along, so I can end this live. People say, this is from Mimi, says, people say Tinubu can remove a governor because they are in the same country. So by that logic, Trump can act anywhere he wants because America is a world power and we are all in the same world. Woo! See, they put this bomb themselves. ISIS agenda, Boko Haram are all sponsored by America through NGOs, thanks to Obama and the more Democratic Party. Then they go about arresting innocent people and using them as scapegoats, accuse them for sponsoring terrorism. When Buhari was in power, all this was not happening. I hear you now. I hear you. Not be Democrat day that time. You people were swimming in the same pool. Okay. Now, let's listen to this quick history lesson. It's very short. The person here says, Zach Vohi says, I just found out that no one knows the first 100 years of Islam because all the records have been destroyed. I also found out that wealthy Jews were very prominent in the early Islamic movement and that it immediately went to war with the largest empires on earth and won. Let's take a quick listen to this.
There are three major mysteries to the history of Islam that we still haven't really solved.
Welcome, Ekaba.
Okay, the first mystery is we know that they have something called the Constitution of Medina. We also know that Jews who are literate were part of the early movement of Islam. So why do we have no early records for the first 100 years? What the first 100 years of the movement? That's very, very strange. Okay. Another strange another strange thing is, why would the Muslims go to war against two major empires, the Romans and the Persians? That's kind of suicidal. They didn't know they were going to win, so why did they go to war? Okay, that's the first mystery we'll solve today. Second mystery is, remember I said that the Shia and the Sunni have a major sectarian divide. The Shia believe that only the descendants of Muhammad's grandson Ali can be the caliph, the leader of the Muslim people. The Sunnis don't. So why didn't Muhammad just name a successor and avoid civil wars that will erupt after his death? The third question is, why was Al-Aqsa built on the site of the Temple Mount? And this is still a problem today, because a lot of conflict in the Middle East is driven by this problem, where the Jews want to rebuild the temple, but to do so, they would have to destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is the third holiest site in the Islam world. So this is a very important question that is still relevant to us.
Okay, moving along. See the
legally
woman.
built a house in Ilorin, Kwara State,
This is
which
the
is
woman.
a constitutional right. From the moment she moved into the community, she was openly rejected, threatened, and intimidated because of her religious practice. She reported this case to the police. The police warned those involved that she had every right to live legally in the area. Despite this, the threats escalated. She was told directly that if she did not abandon her religion, her house would be burnt down. On January 1st, 2026, while she was away attending the Ocean Festival, her house in Ilorin was set on fire. This was not an accident. It was a deliberate attack following religious threats on her. This report is for public record, safety, accountability, and to alert authorities, media, and human rights organizations that there are religious crises in Ilorin being perpetrated by communities. Nigeria belongs to all Nigerians. No one should be attacked or displaced because of their belief. This matter must be fully investigated and justice must be served to the woman. What is your opinion about Ilorin being intolerant to other religion?
That's the woman that I was talking about earlier. Now, Supreme Leader Khamenei has a backup plan to free Iran for Moscow with a close circle of up to 20 aides and family should unrest intensify and security forces desert or fail to suppress the protests. The Times reported on Sunday, citing an intelligence report shared with it. This is Khamenei, they plan to escape. All these people, whether they groom people for death cults, they are also deathly afraid of death itself. Is that not an irony? I see they go there in a hurry to go meet 72 virgins. I don't understand. Why are they not diving nose in to just so that they can go and meet that 72 virgins and enjoy life the way they want to enjoy it? The man they plan he escape. I go let you know now. I go let you know. As I get information intel, I will let you know. Okay, Mona CEO that they talk about, they don't bring Erdogan leg come out.
And he basically, do you recognize this man? This man is Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He is the current president.
The woman is a native doctor, Ken. Now native this thing.
In 2017, he essentially changed Turkey's parliamentary system into a presidential system so the executive branch could have more power. So what are his goals? He wants to build and maintain a strong Turkey presence and garner international recognition amongst Russia, the EU, and NATO. Turkey has increasingly become authoritarian, and it doesn't look like it's going to change in the future. It looks like Erdogan is here to stay. If you want to learn more about Erdogan and his authoritarian powers and Turkey's foreign policy, please check out our podcast, and link is in bio.
Okay. Now moving along. Okay, they say they jail. Michael is in jail. He dey with Puffy. We hear say that they show pictures of him and Puffy together. He asked Puffy and say, "Wetin bring you come here?" Say na oil bring am. Puffy also responds saying that oil still bring am come. So they are getting along very well in jail. That's true. He's in jail. I actually saw that. That's true. My Ken. Aha. We never even talk. See him. He's in jail. He has been jailed at the New York Detention Center that held Didi, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Sam Bankman-Fried. Okay? That's where he is. Michael, you don't see him now. He's in jail. So that joke around where they say now because of oil. All right.
If you really want to see the back of the president, let me tell you for what he will do. And I think they may be on the path to really achieving that. Let El-Rufai convince the Muslim North. If he's able to do that, I know he can, he has the capacity to look towards the south for a candidate to support, specifically the southeast. If let me put it straight, the day El-Rufai decides and is able to galvanize the opinion molders in the north to zero down on a P2B, for instance, as the candidate, that will be the end of the Tinubu administration. How do you begin to consider pairing P2B with Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, as running mates, when from all indications, from all opinion polls, from the words on the street, from every indication, it is very clear that P2B appears to be the most popular aspirant. P2B appears to be the most widely acceptable aspirant. And this is not so far-fetched. The reason for P2B's acceptance today is because he is seen by many to possess the qualities needed to actually manage and pilot the affairs of a cash-strapped, debt-riddled, and poor-performing country such as Nigeria. Now, P2B has a reputation for frugal management of public resources and impressive performance as governor of 8 years in Anambra State. And his antecedent speaks clearly for him.
Let's listen to Emir Saddam's take.
When I spoke about P2B's defection to ADC from Labour Party and the tears from Tinubu supporters and everything, from tears from the presidency also, which was very, and many people have misconstrued that tears to feel like, oh, they were scared of P2B has joined this, they are scared. No, they are scared of actually, their major fear is that there is now a united opposition, and they understand the force P2B is coming with. Now he has millions of loyalists behind him, so they are scared of that. And when you match that with Tinubu has already been rejected in the north. That's facts. If you don't understand this, if you think I'm lying, that's left for you. But they are scared with that force coming from P2B, with the north coming together. They are scared of that. And that's exactly what you're seeing happening right now. But let me read a comment that made me make this particular video, because I was like, I'm going to respond to this video, make a video as a response to this comment, because I know many people are thinking towards the line of this comment, and I feel like I promised to respond to this on the comment section on IG. This guy said, I only support the coalition that produces P2B as the flag bearer. I can still manage and support a southern candidate, else make Tinubu finish his 8 years old. No emotions attached. And I responded and I was like, you are already speaking with emotions. Maybe I just might address your point in the video. Anyone that thinks Tinubu should have a second term is either not rational or doesn't understand the stakes. And here I'm here to discuss the stakes. I will try and be as brief as possible. The stakes are this. Democracy is meant to be government of the people, for the people, by the people. Which means no matter how bad the president is, no matter how bad the government is, the people should be able to decide their fate and choose the next person that will come after the current occupants of power. But what you get with Bola Tinubu, following his antecedents, is that you can never, as a people, decide your fate anymore with Bola Tinubu at the center. You doubt me? Let's go back to 1999. In 1999, 36 people emerged as governors in Nigeria, our return back to democracy, across 36 states. And in these 36 people that emerged as governor, till today we are speaking, none of them can stand today in their states and say, I will choose and dictate who will be the next governor of my state, except one person. And that person is in the person of Bola Tinubu. So the next governor that will take over from Sanwo-Olu in Lagos, Tinubu will decide that person, not Lagosians. That is the most scary part of democracy. That is not democracy. They don't practice democracy in Lagos. They practice Tinubu-ocracy.
Welcome, Oriyomi.
Of Tinubu by Tinubu for Tinubu. If you come in and you don't move according to his so-called blueprint, he takes you out like he took out Ambode, a working and performing governor. And the people will all toe the line and say, yes, sir. And he's already bringing same practice to the center right now. We are seeing governors that want tickets on other parties being decamped. We are seeing governors being forced to come to the APC. He's actually intentionally in his first tenure making sure that all the governors move to his party. We are seeing how he has destabilized all the opposition parties. Labour Party hijacked it. PDP hijacked it. We are seeing all these things at play. He's actively working towards turning Nigeria to a one-party state. In his own mind, it is even preferable that in 2027, nobody runs. He runs alone. That is what is at play. And that is the danger that Nigerians have to understand. Every other person can come in as president and will do an abysmal job like Tinubu is doing right now. But one thing that is sacrosanct is that they will go like Buhari went, like Jonathan went, like Obasanjo went. But Tinubu will not go. Tinubu will stay. That is the problem. With the rubber stamp Senate that we have today, with the likes of Akpabio that cannot think for themselves or act for themselves, that when he enters our Senate, they will not sing our national anthem. They will be singing, "On your mandate we shall." Look at the sycophants. If Tinubu, God forbid it, consolidate 2027, and he comes out and say, let me try that thing Obasanjo wanted to try. Top 10. Tell me one senator that will stand against him. When our Supreme Court today has justified and said Tinubu has the right and the power to remove a sitting governor with immunity, who can stop Tinubu from having a top 10 in Nigeria? All your civil societies have been bought. Your religious leaders have been bought. Your tertiary rulers have been bought. Your opinion shapers have been bought. Everybody is in this man's camp. The poor Nigerians cannot even have a say. This is not a man you should allow a second term. And for this to happen, there must be concessions. There must be sacrifices that have to be made. Painfully. I must not agree with the sacrifice and the concessions that will be made, but it is our own good as a country that we must do what we have to do to get votes from the south and from the north in our millions. Come out and reject Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. Anything short of that, let's kiss democracy goodbye. This is the stake that many people that are shouting Southern presidency do not understand today or are not seeing. If Tinubu wins 2027 and he wants a third term, what will you do? You will just be online shouting and screaming and shouting. Then you understand that it was never about Southern candidate. It was about Tinubu's candidate. Because if it was about Southern candidate, Tinubu joined with the North to take out Jonathan. Because this is politics. Politics is not about emotions. You cannot win. I love Peter Obi and I want Peter Obi to be the next president, but Peter Obi cannot win elections alone. He needs the votes of the North. He needs the votes from the North in their millions. So concessions have to be made. Sacrifices have to be made. These are the things that we have to tell ourselves this truth early. Very, very, very early. Because Tinubu is not here to play. All our southern governors have been bought. Look at what Oti just did. Oti is in Tinubu's. All their southern governors, southeastern governors, their plan is that at least they will try and see how they will steal and give him 25% vote. That is the plan. Because he's trying to build a southern wall, then use gaslighting and say it is southern turn to deceive Nigerians. But many of us are wiser than that. And we understand the stakes that are so high that 2027, it should be a general consensus of well-meaning Nigerians that Tinubu must go for our democracy to survive. We can restart the system after he has gone. But for us to have any semblance of democracy anymore in our country, let's not allow this man consolidate 2027. If we do, you guys always come back to this video and remember Saddam said so.
Okay, well, moving along. Okay, let's listen to this. Where he talked.
Alright, this video is a follow-up video to the one I made yesterday when I spoke about Peter Obi's defection to ADC from Labour Party and the tears from Tinubu supporters and everything. From tears from the presidency also, which was very, and you know, many people
No,
have
I think we've already listened to this. I think he was just sharing. Okay, let's move on. So here's Alex Berber. Caller, welcome. Oh, greetings. Happy New Week to you. Alex Berber didn't only, he went to Nigeria. He's an American. Went to Nigeria to rebuild not only houses, churches, clinics, installed boreholes that provide water, medical facilities and spiritual support to affected communities. According to him, he spent over 90 million naira on Yewata projects alone. One man representing 3 arms of government in Yewata community and victims of Fulani terrorists. Okay.
Represents the direct opposite of Primate Ayodele represents the direct opposite of what a religious leader could be. However, I am not surprised at how he has constantly been bashing Mr. Peter Obi, trying to, narrow down or diminish his chances of becoming the president of Nigeria. My disappointment is to the people who still sit idly listening to such, disgusting address from a supposed man of God. Now, for a man to have decided of all names to go by the name Primate shows you his level of IQ. He reasons and thinks and acts like a primate, if you know what that means. So my disappointment is to the people who are supposed to be learned and educated, sitting at a place where somebody will be, attacking the image and character of another human being for whatever reason. Now, a man of God is supposed to be bridging the gap, trying to, create an atmosphere that would promote peace and unity in Nigeria, because this country is already going through a lot. Men of God are supposed to be the pillar with which peace, unity, and stability is fostered. But this man, Primate Ayodele, is the direct opposite of what, a goodwill, of what a messenger of God, of what a peace-loving person is.
Then, first of all, he was the one that told us about this attack. I could let that slide, because I personally think that the people who are victims don't care where the help comes. I understand the contradictions and our failure, but those people need some succor. If the U.S. intervention will bring it, fine. But what I find worrying, personally, Prof, is that our president has not spoken at all. He didn't make a broadcast, and I'm told that he didn't make a broadcast also last year. And then he has left the country, about the same time without saying a word. And then Anthony Joshua got involved in an accident. And then the president made a call to Anthony Joshua and put it out to us. Now, I'm not saying the president shouldn't call Anthony Joshua. Of course, he should. But how come we are hearing from our president about Anthony Joshua and he's not telling us a thing personally about the fact that we have America sending bombs to our territory? No word, no explanation, no accountability. What is responsible for that, in your opinion, Prof?
If I give the answer that I'd like to give, people may get excited, but I think it is fundamentally because Tinubu does not need Nigerian votes to be president.
Bam.
Oh, wow, but he does need it. He must get it.
No, he does not need Nigerian votes to be president. Tinubu needs judges and INEC to give him a result. If you need votes of your people to be president, he will not be, with profound respect, acting with this degree of irresponsibility and utter disregard for the worth and well-being of Nigerians. No. It is because at the end of the day, let us all be honest, what he needs are the judges and INEC. If votes counted, Nigerian politicians would not be as irresponsible, from the president down, will not be as irresponsible as they are to behave as if Nigerians do not count. Because for good or for ill, and I agree with you, people, I've spent most of my life working on atrocities and insecurity across the world, and particularly across the African continent. And when you look at the situation, Sudan, in Darfur, for instance, or indeed in the north of Ethiopia, in Tigray, in Sierra Leone, Liberia, where we had the situation in West Africa, in the last decade of the last millennium, the fact is people who are in trouble, or indeed in the Great Lakes of Africa, right? People who find themselves at the receiving end of a challenging situation do not mind where help comes from. I totally agree. But when that help involves something on the scale of a missile strike on your territory, you do expect that your president will be responsible enough to face his people and say, this is what transpired. And that, to not do that, to not think he owes Nigerians that, and to then leave the country. And while all of that is taking place, what happens? They issue a statement on a $1 billion financing arrangement for the so-called coastal road. They found time to do that. They found time to attend AO in Lagos. They found time to commiserate with Anthony Joshua publicly. But the president has not said anything about the situation. That, for me, is the most eloquent, as I said, of New Year statements and New Year messages. It says the man does not think Nigerians matter.
There you go. Your president, Tinubu, does not think anybody in Nigeria matters but himself. The man is even using grok to generate fake meetings with other presidents of the world. This tells you all you need to know about T-Pain. So it's up to you, Nigerians. Now, Nasabi, all the APC supporters, I hope they are enjoying the Nigeria. The ones that are living in the diaspora, I hope they find their way back to Nigeria and go and live in the Nigeria that was built by their strategists. With that being said, guys, I'm going to end it here because I'm going to come out again later on. So I'll leave you guys to enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on my next one. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. Bye.